Hi friends, I am Bhaskar. Welcome back to my channel Education with Entertainments. And today we are going to discuss about current affairs on 11th March 2021. And coming to the first one, PM Narendra Modi inaugurates Maitri Setu between India and Bangladesh. So our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has inaugurated the Maitri Setu bridge between India and Bangladesh through a video conference to strengthen the connectivity between both countries and especially with the northeastern region of India. Maitri Bridge will also make Tripura the gateway of northeast with access to Chittagong port of Bangladesh, which is just 80 km from the Sabroom. The Maitri Setu bridge has been built on the Feni River, which lies between the Indian boundary in Tripura and Bangladesh. The 1.9 kilometers long bridge will connect Sabroom in India with Ramghar in Bangladesh. The bridge has been constructed by the National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited at a project cost of around 133 crore rupees. And coming to the next one, Switzerland votes to ban full face coverings in public places. Switzerland has voted in favor of a proposal banning full facial coverings, including the burqa and niqab, in almost all public places. In the public referendum, around 51.21% of voters voted in support of the controversial proposal. The vote means that full facial covering will be banned in all publicly accessible places in Switzerland, including on the streets, public transport, in public offices such as restaurant shops, and in the countryside. According to the proposal by the Swiss federal government, there will be no additional exceptions such as for tourists. France was the first European nation to ban burqas and niqabs in public places in 2021. The European Court of Human Rights and upheld the ban in 2014. And coming to the third one, Tiraj Singh Rawat becomes new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. The Bharatiya Janata Party's Member of Parliament from Pauri Gharwal, Tiraj Singh Rawat will be the next Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. This was announced by outgoing Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat, who resigned. Tiraj Singh Rawat will be sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. So, Tiraj Singh Rawat was the chief of the party in Uttarakhand in 2013 to 15 and also an MLA from the state in the past. His name was speaked over prominent candidates including Union Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank and Uttarakhand Minister Dhan Singh Rawat. And coming to the next one, Indian Navy silent killer Indian Navy ship Kharanj commissioned. The Indian Navy got its third Scorpion submarine commissioned as Indian Navy ship Kharanj of Project P75 in Mumbai. With the delivery of Kharanj, India further cemented its position as a submarine building nation. Mazagon Dock Limited, one of India's leading shipyards with the capacity and capability to meet the requirements and aspirations of the Indian Navy. Before Kharanj, Indian Navy ship Kalvari and INS Khanderi have been commissioned in the Indian Navy in 2017 and 19 respectively. Kharanj is seen as a small submarine having a length of only 60 meters. And coming to the next one, CRISIL, Indian economy to grow at 7% in fiscal year 2022. So according to rating from CRISIL, India's GDP growth is expected to rebound to 11% in fiscal year 2022 as people learn to live with the new normal flattering of the COVID-19 affection curve, the rollout of vaccinations and investment focused government spending coverage. But recovery won't be easy, with scares of the pandemic deep for small business and the urban poor. And coming to the next one, OECD Interim Economic Outlook pegs India's GDP growth at 12.6% in fiscal year 2022. So OECD means Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Interim Economic Outlook has pegged at India's gross domestic product growth to rebound to 12.6% in fiscal year 2022, which will be the fastest in the world, followed by China at 7.8% growth. India's GDP expected to grow at 5.4% in the following financial year, owing to the faster rebound of several large emerging market economies. And coming to the next one, Economic Freedom Index 2021 announced. The Heritage Foundation, a US conservative think tank, recently launched the Economic Freedom Index. The index was prepared by covering 184 countries, this time for the period of July 2019 to June 2020. And in the index, Singapore has topped the global ranking for the second consecutive year. In the 2021 index, India came in around the middle of the pack among Asia Pacific countries, ranking 26th out of 40 countries, scoring 56.5 points. Globally, the foundation rates India's economy as the 121st freest. Although its overall score is unchanged, improvements were made in business freedom. This was offset by declines in judicial effectiveness and other scores. And coming to the next one, Ashwin Beaumont win ICC Player of Month award for February. India's spinner Ravichandran Ashwin was awarded the ICC Player of the Month award for February, the International Cricket Council. Ashwin beat England captain Joe Root and West Indies Kyle Mayers to the award. Ashwin played a crucial role with bat and ball as India raced to a 2-1 lead over England in their four-match test series in February, before eventually winning the series 3-1 in March. He was the highest wicket taker in the series with 32 scalps and scored a century in the second test in Chennai. And meanwhile, England opener Tammy Beaumont won ICC Women's Player of the Month for February. Beaumont was the overwhelming winner after she played 3 ODIs in February against New Zealand, where she passed 50 in each of these, totaling 231 runs. She beat her teammate Natalie Scaver and New Zealand's Brooke Holiday to the award. And coming to the next one, Koneru Hampi is BBC's Indian Sportswoman of the Year. World Rapid Chess champion Koneru Hampi has won the BBC Indian Sportswoman of the Year award. BBC Director General Tim Devi hosting the virtual awards ceremony. The Lifetime Achievement Award went to veteran athlete Anju Bobby George. And English cricketer star Ben Stokes announced the 19-year-old Indian shooter Manu Bhekar as the winner of the Emerging Player of the Year award category. And coming to the next one, Jammu and Kashmir launches Super 75 scholarship scheme. The Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha has launched Super 75 scholarship schemes for meritorious girls on the occasion of International Women's Day 2021. The basic aim of this scholarship scheme is to facilitate the education and entrepreneurship of women. The Super 75 scholarship scheme will support the education of meritorious girls from poor families so that they can excel in streams like medicine, engineering, ITI, and humanity and contribute to the nation building. Apart from this, Lieutenant Governor Sinha also announced today a new scheme named Tejaswini. This scheme has been launched under Mission Youth Jammu and Kashmir. Under Tejaswini, financial assistance of 5 lakh rupees will be provided to the girls between the age group of 18 to 35 years to start their business. And coming to the next one, India New Zealand World Test Championship final in Southampton. India will play their inaugural World Test Championship final against New Zealand at Southampton's AGS Ball Stadium, England from June 18 to 22. Initially, the final was supposed to be held at the Lords, but Southampton, with a 5-star facility inside the stadium, will make it easier for both the ICC and the England and Wales Cricket Board to create a bio bubble for the two teams. And coming to the next one, PV Sindhu wins silver BWF Swiss Open Super 300. India's ace shuttler PV Sindhu has won a silver medal in the BWF Swiss Open Super 300 in the final of the women's singles event held at Basel, Switzerland. The world number 1 Sindhu lost to world number 3 and reigning Olympic champion Carolina Marin. And here the winners of the list of Swiss Open 2021. In men's singles, the winner is Victor Axelsen from Denmark and he beat Kunlavat Watitson from Thailand. And the winners in the women's singles, Carolina Marin from Spain and she beats PV Sindhu from India. And the winners in the men's doubles, Kim Astrup and Anders Skarup Rasmussen from Denmark and they beat Mark Lamsfus and Marvin Seidel from Germany. And the winners of the mixed doubles, Tom Giekwell Delphine Derlu from France and they beat Denmark pair Matthias Christensen and Alexandra Boje. And coming to the next one, Delhi government presents 69,000 crore rupees Deshbhakti budget. The Delhi government presented a 69,000 crore rupees budget themed on patriotism or Deshabhakti for the financial year 2021 to 22. The budget was presented by the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia. While presenting the budget, he announced that the government has decided to celebrate the 75th Independence Day of India. The Delhi government will hold programs from March 12, 2021, which will last for 75 weeks. The government has proposed to allocate rupees 45 crore rupees in order to install high masts so as to hoist the national flag at 500 places in Delhi. An outlay of 50 crore rupees made under Aam Aadmi Nishal COVID Vaccine Yojana. It announced free COVID-19 vaccination to all in its hospital in the coming phases of the ongoing inoculation drive. So thank you friends. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.